Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The following video will contain spoilers from the Flash Arrow crossover episode, part 2, titled Legends of Yesterday. So, if you don't want anything ruined for you, spoiler alert, stop watching now. For everybody else, hi guys, Dave here. Well, last night's episode was different. I mean, you know how they say that they were trying to do one full like crossover thing. It was, I guess the part one was a TV movie kind of thing, and it definitely all felt like it was something great. And you can put both the Flash and Arrow episodes back to back together to watch it, but each definitely has its own particular feel or vibe to it. Yeah, pun intended. The Arrow one was interesting. It starts off flashback to ancient Egypt, which apparently we get to see Priestess Shayera, Prince Khufu, and Vandal Savage as longtime Hawkman villain hath set. Okay. And see, after part one, I start to question a little bit from the comics, because clearly they know what they have an idea what they're trying to do, and I'm trying to set things up here, but after we see the goodness that was in part one, could this mean we're starting to see something a little declining here in Vandal Savage? We really kind of hope not, but we get to start to see the setup. We get to see Kendra having a flashback, remembering this all, and they're going to an abandoned farmhouse outside of Central City to try to hide from Savage, so Kendra can practice getting her powers going on, and they can figure out a way how to stop him. Meanwhile, Malcolm Merlyn managed to set up a meet between Green Arrow, the Flash himself, and Vandal Savage. And on the way there, Barry is beside himself again. Now, if you're a Flash fan, you know that this means something happened, time travel is going to occur, and crap is going to hit the fan. You don't know what exactly, you just know something's going to go pear-shaped. And they end up going, they have a couple quips with Vandal Savage, and of course he's dropping names about who all he's known and met. You know, he met the original Robin of Locksley, taught him how to shoot, blah blah blah, and he essentially threatens within 24 hours, if you don't give me Hawkman and Hawkgirl, then he's going to lay waste to Central City. Then he's going to go after Star City. And this is not someone to think that he's not going to follow up on it. Malcolm Merlyn is genuinely scared, and the thing is, he claims not to know anything about Vandal Savage. Don't believe him. Just don't believe him. So, while this is going on, Oliver is also distracted because of what he saw at the end of part one of the crossover, finding out that his ex had a son. He's doing the prowl thing, trying to get DNA test, DNA to get Barry to do a test, and later confirms that, in fact, William, not Connor, is his son, biologically. That throws him completely the heck off, and meanwhile, Kendra's trying to learn how to tap into her abilities, but she's not really processing, she's not really getting it. They're also figuring if they can try to create like these gauntlets to stop the energy field created by the nth metal in the staff, which I'm pretty sure I called the nth metal there, that maybe they would have a chance to stop it. Well, they didn't know about the nth metal part until later, but in any case, so they got an idea. Get the staff away from him, use these insulated gauntlets, try to have a setup, and as Kendra's trying to work on her abilities, Oliver's getting distracted by finding out more about the son he never had and getting an ultimatum. He can't tell anybody, even Felicity, that he has a son. Well, of course, Felicity she's good at finding information. It's what she does. She gets the info away from Barry and is so ticked off that Oliver is once again hiding stuff from her. This is not good. I mean, it looks like things are pretty much going to be over between them because once again Oliver's got trust issues and his head is just not where it should be. So what happens? Green Arrow, Flash, Hawkman, and Hawkgirl go to face off with Vandal Savage, and and Oliver tells the rest of the crew to sit it out. He doesn't want anyone else hurt. Well, things start to happen. Flash gets the staff away from him, and doing a freaking Kamehameha thing against Vandal, who managed to kill Hawkman and Hawkgirl take their energy and is deflecting off arrows and stuff. He's powering up. It's really sick. At which point, when it doesn't work, he manages to get the staff back, and Oliver says, "Run, Barry, run, because you're the only one that can survive this." Vandal smashes the staff down. A freaking destruction wave happens. I mean, we get to see Oliver burn alive. Felicity burn alive. I know, Arrowverse, you're going to probably like that. Team Arrow burning alive. Block after city block of Central City vaporizing. And then Flash manages to break the time stream and go back into himself right before the first meeting with Vandal Savage. So, I realized something today. That moment you realize that Arrow is so addicted to having flashbacks that the entire second half of the episode was a flashback. Wow. I mean, look, just because the flashback has the word flash in the power, I mean, flash, and it doesn't mean that you have to make Flash's power flashback. But, okay, whatever, it's fun, it's interesting, and this time Barry gets to tell everything that went wrong, what to try to do about it, tries to get Oliver's head in the game. They start to find out more about the nth metal that's required to fix this, which it's interesting because the nth metal is not only in the eyes of the staff of Horus, but also apparently in the dagger that Vandal Savage is carrying. I can't help but wonder, in my DC Universe knowledge in the comics, could that dagger be the dagger of Teth Adam? If you don't know, it actually made an appearance in an episode of Smallville when Isis possessed Lois Lane. The dagger of Teth Adam is actually a weapon used by Black Adam, a Shazam enemy. Very potent stuff here. But anyway, more flashbacks start to come, and thanks to Cisco being more nurturing and caring about Kendra and not just Carter pushing him around, she manages to finally start remembering stuff and remembering exactly what it takes to take him down. So, Cisco, good on you, man. And so they start coming up with the plan. Now they know how to reinforce the gauntlets. They're getting information on how to stop it, this calamity of the meteors that happened. The flashback scenes were definitely interesting, of ancient Egypt and everything. And it definitely sets things up. So now, forewarned is forearmed. After much preparation, the guys are ready to do the plan once again. Only this time, they've got backup. Everybody is going in. So, when the big exchange starts to happen, Hawkman and Hawkgirl start to use their abilities. The Team Arrow comes busting in, and Vandal is handling himself like a boss at this point. I mean, he's blocking shots, blows, canary cries, bullets, everything. He's a one-man army here. Eventually, Flash gets the staff away from him. Flash and Green Arrow are blasting him with it. Hawkman and Hawkgirl get Team Arrow clear, and they're blasting him with this King Kamehameha blast here. And eventually, Vandal Savage is overloaded, and he's burned away, turned to dust. My jaw dropped. I couldn't pick it up off the floor for 10, 15 minutes. We know that Vandal Savage is supposed to be the bad guy for Legends of Tomorrow. How? Are we going to wait for the dust to somehow regenerate? What happens? How does this work? But no, he's not regenerating. We know we get to see that. So we have a nice little thing where Kendra and Carter are going to go off, try to figure out how to be heroes and help each other. Cisco ends up getting kind of heartbroken, but has a little like a GPS tracker thing to give to Kendra in case he needs help. So they're able to keep in touch, and very touching stuff there. Barry's given heads up about what to do with Felicity and whatnot, and Oliver decides that since the paternity test was the way that Felicity found out in the first place, that never happened. He knows, but now Felicity never has to. So he's going to visit William as a friend of the mom, who's the kid's obsessed with Flash toys. That's just hysterical. And keep it away from Felicity, because it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm with you. I'm here now. So the little epilogue thing we have, go back to the scene of fighting Vandal Savage. Here comes Malcolm Merlyn. And he goes to the ashes, and he starts spouting the same freaking words that Vandal Savage said as the meteors are raining down, just as he killed Shiera and Khufu the first time. So you knew that he knew something. Oh, flash fact. In the comics, they discover that the elements within Vandal Savage's blood, as well as trace elements of the Lazarus Pits, more than one throughout the world, all contain the same regeneration stuff called Dionysium. This is how it causes, the regeneration, the longer extended life and stuff like that. And recently in the comics, it was discovered also to be in the spinal fluid of the Joker. That's for another time. But needless to say, Malcolm Merlyn starts to spout this stuff, putting Vandal Savage's ashes in a cup, and apparently the pit in Nanda Parbat that Nyssa poisoned is probably not the only pit. We're probably going to get another one. When Vandal gets dumped in there, he's probably going to fully regenerate, which will become a problem in the future, which it has to be in the future because everyone thinks he's dead. That's why I think we're going to get the lead up into Legends of Tomorrow with the time traveling stuff. So it happens, and Malcolm Merlyn, you dick. Ugh. But the pacing of it was definitely different. I mean, it was so fast-paced, literally, with part one of it. Part two had its own charms and stuff on it, but it felt different, but it had its own charm. Watch both episodes back-to-back, part one and part two. You guys can decide which one you like. Like I said, I felt more like a TV movie at first with part one, but part two, I don't know, the pacing's just a little different to me. I enjoyed it. It just felt off to me a bit. So, what do you guys think of part two? Well, what do you think of part one of the Flash Arrow crossover? Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know what you guys think. Pass this bad boy around, and let's get discussing this, because I think there's going to be some really big stuff coming up. And of course, we also got to see the trailer for the mid-season finale of The Flash coming up next week. We still don't know what's going on with Arrow yet, but that's going to be coming out soon. So, a lot to check out. The Batman vs. Superman trailer, the recent one just dropped, so check that out as well. That's all I can say right now, guys. Until next time, Dave signing off. Peace. Yum yum.